Now, we're still in Gevrey Chambertin, but right on the border of Maurice Saint-Denis, to my right, your left, and over here we've got Gevrey Chambertin. You can't see where we were on the video just before when we were from Clos Saint-Jacques. Now, we are at a premier cru called Aux Combottes. Now, it's completely surrounded by Grand Cru. Behind you, in front of me, we have Gevrey Chambertin, or can also be known as Chambertin. Directly there, we have Chambertin. Above there, we have Clos de la Roche, and we have Clos de la Roche there also. Now, Clos de la Roche above us, La Maison, is a very famous part of Clos de la Roche. That's all ponceaus, and also, just above that bush is where Pierre Amiot have one of their 4 parcels from within Clos de la Roche. Now, so why isn't Gevrey Chambertin Premier Cru or Combottes Grand Cru? Now, there's 2 reasons. Now, more realistically, it's because you can see a little bit of a lull here. Slight north-facing slope there. Still gets all the sun, but just ever so slightly. A little bit more fertile soil. The erosion from over time would have come down, and slightly heavier soils, but still really quite good. The second reason is that most of the owners are from Maurice Saint-Denis. So we'll just one moment while a car goes past. Now, back when they were dividing everything up, not dividing everything up because they've been divided up for thousands of years, but when they were classifying them for the AOC, what was going to be Grand Cru, Premier Cru, Village and Bourgogne, you could, each village looked after it. Now, all the owners for Combottes were actually in Maurice Saint-Denis. So Maurice Saint-Denis right there, owners in a Gevrey plot, they didn't have any say of it. So the Gevrey Chambertinians, that's not actually how you say it, but that'll work for the moment, decided, well, it's not the best aspect, so we're not going to make it Grand Cru. When really, if you look in Gevrey Chambertin, there are a lot of Grand Crus that have been pushed over the line that don't have the best aspect. So the Maurice Saint-Denis people were maybe a little bit hard done by. However, it is always good to have a over-delivering Premier Cru. Now, another aspect I want to talk about is Clos de la Roche, and also Les Maisons. So right up the top, just above where the castle is Bourgogne, regional. A little bit down between the house and the tree mid-slope, or the little hut to the right, is Premier Cru. And in between the 2 bushes is Grand Cru. Then it comes back down to Premier Cru, Village and Bourgogne. So it's exactly how you'd imagine looking at a side aspect of the slope in the Côte de Nuits. Bourgogne, Village, Premier Cru, Grand Cru, Premier Cru, Village, Bourgogne. Cheers.